is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Manhattan, New York, weighing in at 231 pounds, Jericho.
And welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the site of tonight's live Raw event.
And Pittsburgh has gone completely crazy for the superstars of Raw. And who can blame them?
Not me, King. The Steel City's in for a treat tonight, and I can't wait to get started.
Can you believe we actually get paid to do this job, JR?
It's like a dream come true, King. Except when I have to sit here and listen to you drool over the divas.
Come on, JR. You know I'm helpless when it comes to puppies.
Oh, I know, King. And that's why I'm bringing a pitcher of ice water out here with me next time.
I think I know who's going to win this one, JR.
Oh, really? Enlighten us, King.
Wait a second. Why are you so eager to hear my prediction?
Because I want to know who's going to win. We could be looking at a pinfall here, folks.
He reversed it. I think this one could go either way, JR.
It sure could. Until the referee calls for the bell, this is still anyone's match. What a submission hold! Could this be a tap out?
It is if the hold can't be broken. You can't take this kind of pain for long.
He countered that and made it look easy. So, King, any predictions about the outcome of this match?
Oh, no. Every time I make a guess as to who's going to win, I never hear the end of it from you.
Maybe that wouldn't happen if you got one right now and then. He's got his opponent locked in a submission hold.
We could see a tap out right here, JR. These superstars are at the top of their game, JR. They make it look so easy.
They sure do. You almost forget about the years of training and sacrifice that went into their careers. I've got a feeling that this has all the makings of an instant classic.
That's probably...
And there's the cover. A textbook reversal there.
Man, is there even going to be anything left of these superstars by the time they're done?
Not if they have their way, King. Everything they came in here with tonight is going to be left in that ring, mark my words.
I hope these fans appreciate it, JR. These superstars are putting it all on the line for them right here tonight. He saw that one coming. I tell you, JR.
Excellent counter. What ring presence. I'll be honest with you, King. This is not the way I thought this match would go at all.
Me neither, JR. I guess that just goes to show that anything can happen in the WWE.
I think, and it's been reversed.
Oh, man! That's gonna change the tone of this match, JR.
Yeah, and not for the better either. I wish the ref would actually pay attention.
He sure is, JR. And I think he got all of that finisher. I know you're not a fan of everybody in this match, JR, but you've got to respect their dedication to this business.
Oh, absolutely, King. I don't have to like everyone on the roster to acknowledge that they've all worked long and hard to master their craft.
I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long that that would be no easy thing.
What a counter! Great strategy. Pick a body part and keep working on it.
And we're certainly seeing the results of that strategy now.
Oh, boy. These fans have got something on their minds, JR.
Well, they paid for their tickets, King, and they've got a right to say whatever they want.
Wow, there's a hole you don't want to find yourself in, JR.
You sure don't, King. We've seen many a superstar tap out to this one.
Boy, these superstars sure have their hands full here tonight, JR.
They sure do, King. They've got all they can say grace over. I'm sure these competitors have studied each other very carefully.
This match would be over by now if they hadn't, JR. You never get into the ring without doing your homework.
That would be a recipe for disaster for sure, King.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's gonna go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious that the only exercise you get is stretching the truth or jumping to conclusions.
Well, judging from the shape I'm in, I don't appear to be doing too much of either, King. You're looking pretty fit, though, I must say.
Jericho's so in love with the sound of his own voice that it wasn't enough for him to have an interview show on Raw. He had to go and become a rock star, too.
These WWE fans wouldn't support him like they...
I can't believe he countered that one.
I think this crowd's giving these superstars a piece of their minds, King.
Are you sure they can afford it, JR? Uh-oh. Talk about a hole you don't want to find yourself in.
No kidding. This'll rearrange your anatomy.
He turned the tables on his opponent with that one. Remind me to never try and step between these guys, JR.
That would be hazardous to your health for sure, King. I never get tired of watching Chris Jericho in the ring. Every time he goes out there, he reminds me of why he's the first ever undisputed champion.
He's looking for that finisher, and he can do it here.
1, 2, 3.
I think these superstars...
He's done it! That's the match!
There's only a few
Here's
things
your
you have to
winner,
avoid doing in a match.
Chris
And having your
Jericho.
shoulders touch the mat for 3 seconds is one of them.
And you know better than anyone how difficult that can be, King.
Absolutely, JR. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you just can't kick out.